Let's get into it. 1, 2, 3. Let's get some more. Clap your hands. Some more. Just give some more.
Why, hello, and welcome to My Whiskey Den, your favorite public access whiskey review show where craft whiskey is king. And it is exactly true tonight because we are delving our whole way. We're going way out to Nevada. Now, who thought you would even find a whiskey in Nevada? But apparently there's a great one because a lot of people have been talking good stuff about it. But before we get too far, Mike, what are we going to tell our fans at this point?
Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. Hit that bell notification. Side that way. Like, comment, subscribe. Yeah. Share this with your friends and family.
I'll start off by giving a little bit of a background on Frey Ranch, which is in Fulton, Nevada. They are a farm that has been open for over 165 years and is on its 5th generation of farmers. So you have a lot of knowledge going into the grains that they grow. And everything that they grow goes into their bottles. So they don't source, they grow stuff right on the ranch there, and they use it. All of it is non-GMO. And then when we're getting to the actual distillery itself, it was opened in 2001 as a winery. And then in 2006, they started distilling hard spirits. But Nevada didn't have like a really defined law for distilling and whiskey and things of that nature at that point. So they didn't officially open until 2014. And what we're having today is the straight bourbon. It is 45% alcohol by volume. Once again, non-GMO corn, winter cereal rye, winter wheat, and 2-row barley is what is in this.
Do we have a benefactor for this one, Patrick?
I'm not sure.
Yeah, this is a Oscar.
This is an Oscar?
Yeah.
Oh, mine just says Pat with stars on the side. That's probably why I didn't remember. I should have noticed like it was wrong. So the benefactor of today's whiskey is Oscar Madison. Yeah. Wait.
Cheers, Oscar.
Wait. Whiskey fingers for Oscar.
Oh, don't forget the spirit fingers.
Spirit fingers.
That's right.
Yeah. Just for you, buddy.
Just for you. All right.
Spirit finger there.
What are you guys getting on the nose of this one?
I get a blast of something musty that I'm trying to figure out, and then vanilla.
It's
like those are the first two
vanilla.
things.
Yeah. Big vanilla, some grain sweetness.
And I get something vegetal.
Yeah, that's part of the.
I'm trying to write. It's hard for me to figure these two out, and I'm making a list of things.
That's because the mustiness is part of like the vegetal note. It's like really
musty vegetables.
Sitting in grandma's cellar.
That's just what I was thinking.
But it's that nice mustiness where you're just like, not the one where you know you're not in a hoarder's house. Yeah, like you said, you're in grandma's house, not a hoarder's house.
Yeah,
there you go.
Well, I was thinking like you're going down into a cellar that's like nicely organized because the person actually knows how to can and store things for the future, and you're getting this aroma of there, but you're getting like it said like a little bit of a damp cellar note, like just light.
They have an odd number of chest freezers for some reason.
Grandma Dahmer.
That's
right.
when I decided to go home.
Yeah.
I didn't stay the rest of the summer with
and then the door shut behind you in the cellar.
That's right. Before you go downstairs, breathe into this rag. Thanks, Oscar.
Okay, there's like a bright lemon or little dandelion note on the top of the glass.
Dandelion.
Yeah.
Yes.
When you bring your nose to the top half of the glass,
yes.
It kind of cleared up for that. Yeah, because it has a little bit of that green note that dandelion does too, but like that, definitely that. That's interesting. I'd be interested to know what they have around the ranch and the farm, or like what do they use to store it in? Like, is it more like a dunnage or a barn like they use at J. Henry? Just intrigued. I think it was a bit of a newer facility. Sorry, Ben. Go ahead.
I'm getting a little bit of a taffy note going on there. Maybe a little candy corn as well. Some of the sweet parts that are there.
Yeah, I get.
And for me, the rye grain stands out a little bit.
Like a light banana Laffy Taffy.
Yeah.
There's a saltiness but it's like, but it's not salt. It's salt on something.
Okay.
I like the nose on this. This is a fun nose. It really is.
And that salt, it's almost like a brine. It's like a damp.
I'm getting like a salted ham. Like, just give it a little bit more on the back half when you're pulling it on the nose. I was getting like a salted ham. It's had a different range, like 2 or 3 times just going in already. So I can see why people have been pretty excited about this.
It's exciting. I mean, it really is. It's like this is not normal in a really good way. It's like this is not a standard bourbon nose. And
there's also a little bit of butterscotch, cinnamon, and a little bit of clove, but that's like on the back half, and it's just light, and it's not very hard on those. But I was getting those like halfway around the back end.
That is incredibly easy on the palate.
Almost too easy.
Yes.
It's honestly, I'm a little underwhelmed, and it feels a little thin overall. The flavors are nice, but it's I was coming off that nose. I was expecting a little bit more of a punch of flavor there.
It's not as oily as you would expect. And like you're saying, I think it's like you said, it seems thin on the front half. The second half of it for me, I did get more of like a rush of flavors where it got like some peppery notes, and the spices kind of kicked up more than I had expected because of the nose.
It's there's the vegetal thing on the palate is there. So what I'm wondering is if this would be. I'm wondering what this would be like if it's done as a sipping whiskey, or if this is a cocktail whiskey. I think it could add some very interesting flavors to okay, so I just brought this back up to my nose. Mm-hmm. I got a whiff of Bloody Mary.
Huh.
Which would get into the some of the salt and vegetal and
that would be interesting. I forgot what they call those, but yeah, I know what you mean.
But yeah, just a real quick whiff of that. It's like, oh, I get celery, I get a little bit of pepper,
I was just saying, I'm getting a big vanilla coming off the nose right now. Just a big, rich vanilla note. But
see, and I'm getting more vanilla and more viscosity on the second drink of it.
Yeah, the vanilla, it's almost like a candied vanilla for me. Dances around the front of the tongue, front of the mouth. And I picked up on the finish. I got a big coconut note coming off the finish on this for me.
The first half on the second drink for me brought out like a honey apricot, where it seemed kind of thin. It still seemed like not as viscous as I thought, but I was going to say those kind of came out more so in the second one, lightly, and a little bit of leather.
Huh.
Okay, wait. Oh, it is. The green note is it's like this really light. It's like a light green vegetal note, but I cannot pick the stupid flavor. You might be right with celery, but I don't eat celery enough to know.
No, and that's just it. It's just I caught that whiff, and I don't drink Bloody Marys, but I mean I know what they smell like, and so there's got a whiff of it. It's like I don't know why I just got a whiff and it smelled like, but that explains a lot of the other things that I was picking up on there. I still like it. I'd be really really interested to see what this would be like in a cocktail, just with those flavors on there. But there's nothing bold on the palate, but it's nice.
Yeah, it's 45%, which to me that it drinks like about I would expect for 45%. packs a little bit of heat, a little bit of punch there on the end. Coconut's coming off like a coconut cream cake to me there on the finish, and that leather is there, and I'm getting a little bit of a almost like a sweet toasted cedar note on the mid coming in there.
I'm surprised at this point how long the finish is going for me, even
Yes.
though it wasn't very viscous like some of the other stuff we had recently. Like, it doesn't feel like the flavor should be sticking around, but I have like a nice little warming part to the sides of my tongue still, but it's not like alcohol tingling. It's just like this nice warmness.
Mm-hmm.
And even now, it's got to be like a minute afterwards. It's just like this light fading oak, with sweetness, a little bit of coconut, like a little bit like a waxy coconut is what I was getting. It's a little bit different, but real close. But it has this really long fade for not being that viscous.
Right.
I find that kind of interesting about this.
Yeah.
All in all, probably for the $45 I think this one is, I think this would be something I would pick up.
Yeah.
If you saw this, I think for that price, I think that is, it's something, it reminds me, not flavor profile wise, but sort of limousine rye, where if you put it towards the end of the evening, you might miss some of the subtleties that you need to get out of it right away. Yeah, I might be worried this would get buried later on, but there's more going on to it if you give it some time and let it come to you.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking about this too. Is again, it's one of those, you want it to be first, or you want it to be the only thing that you're going to drink. But I really also wonder what this would be like as a dinner companion, with this just kind of with the vegetal and the salt and stuff like that. It might be really nice to have with a meal, because it's not going to overwhelm anything.
No. Ooh.
It's nice.
And speaking of meals, we're working on a show for the beginning of January. I've talked to Alan Bishop. I've talked to Gary from Wood Hat. We were talking about doing a show where it was cooking with unique grains. I believe, was that kind of the thing, or was it like cornmeal? I mean,
specifically corn, but different kinds of ways of different corn mashes, different corn, polenta, grits, cornbread, all that kind of thing.
However, you could use a unique corn, basically, other than just for distilling. Yeah. So we're going to be working on that, and we decided that we'll have them on for about an hour or so, because we'll go over their recipes. But after that, I want to invite, because I know we have a lot of chefs and cooks here, and it gives you a month or so to play with the ideas in your head. What would your recipe be for using a unique grain if you were going to use it? We'll have you on. We'll get the recipes, and that will be something else. If anyone who wants to give me their email, we will break down every recipe that we bring on the show that night so you can try it at home. So I think that it's not going to, we'll be drinking whiskey, but it'll be about the grains and how you can use it other ways to enhance a meal. How about that? Yeah. I mean, you used that blue corn on fish, am I right?
Used blue corn on fish and made blue corn cornbread. So yeah, if the people watching want to make the recipe, overnight it to each of us right before the show, then we could live judge it on the show.
Oh, well, that'd be, I mean,
and the winner could get a sample. So if anyone wants to go through that much effort, I will damn sure send samples out.
Yeah, I mean, I wasn't even thinking of that, but that is a whole second level to the experience. So keep your eyes out for the date on that. But otherwise, final thoughts on this guy?
I like it. It's nice. It's a nice whiskey. It doesn't blow my doors off, but I like it.
Yeah, it's not world changing. It doesn't rock my socks off, but it's just a really good, enjoyable bourbon. It put me in mind of some Russell's Reserve and some Wild Turkey single barrels that I've had. I think if you happen to like Wild Turkey, this might be a fun one to explore and check out for you. There's some of the wooden barrel notes I'm getting from it. Just put that in mind for me.
I got you. Wooden barrel, and then the type of spice that hits for a little bit. That's pretty similar. That's a very good point. So remember, Josh Gardner. Excuse me, wrong tube. Josh Gardner is coming on this coming Monday on An Evening With. He is from Ranger Creek. He was on a couple of weeks ago on our big ass Texas stream up over here. You can watch the whole thing there, get a little tied in. We thought he should have a whole show rather than 20 minutes to explain his distillery and himself. So we're having him on. We're going to be talking some samples, just what his whole role is there and how he's planning to move forward with everything. Because the Rimfire and the 44 we had were pretty damn tasty.
Yes, they were.
A little more elegant than some other Texas whiskeys that beat you in the face, which I don't mind either. But a little more elegant.
And don't cost $700.
That's well, that is true. So remember, it's not the size of the den that matters. It's the love of whiskey. Cheers, everyone.
Cheers.
Let's get into it. 1, 2, 3. Let's get some more. Grab your hand. Give some more. Just give some more.